something I would highlight and then make a note of. I want to make sure I understand what Casanova is. So if I don't know what Casanova is, I probably won't write that down. I might ask the person next to me to see if they know what Casanova is. We shared it out a minute ago. Kind of a smooth talker. They go on to use the term like a pimp. He's a ladies' man. Granted, he's 7, right? This isn't very young. So make a note of that. Answering that first question, what do we learn about Oscar from our first few sentences? We should only answer question 1 in the notes. What do we learn about Oscar from the first few sentences? So we say he's a Casanova, he's a smooth talker. So what is Oscar's relationship like with females so far? He's a smooth talker, he's a Casanova. Does he have a good relationship with girls, or is he like intimidated by them and get all shy? He's all shy? No. Yeah. It talks about the merengue, right? He's dancing. He's totally personable with girls, right? He's a smooth talker. Where do you see it? Except for one period in his early life. So, great point, Yair. He didn't have much luck with the females in his later in life. But early on, he was a smooth talker. So if you want to add that, what's his relationship like so far? When he's like 7? What's it like? In those best days of his youth, he was something of a Casanova, right? He's a smooth talker. He's able to communicate well with his. But yes, you're absolutely right. You will see that he kind of loses this spark. So far, what does it mean to be Dominican? Dominican is a race, absolutely, absolutely. It's a nationality. You can be Dominican in that way, yeah. So, how would they describe someone who is Dominican? What was it? Oscar is Dominican, absolutely. In here it says, so basically they describe Dominicans as being kind of like jocks. They're smooth talkers. And to be a pimp is something that being Dominican supports. Okay? So to have a lot of girlfriends is something very Dominican for a young Dominican boy. Okay? Yeseni's pulling out a great quote as he's writing it down. when you're done writing that, Yesenia, can you share it out? When you're done writing. Answer your questions. So Yesenia has a great quote that she's pulled out to describe in what way is Oscar being Dominican.
He's massive and blind, clothes employed by God and planned for life.
Mm-hmm. His nascent pimpliness. So the fact that he's kind of a pimp, kind of a player, will be another word that you guys would use to describe like a guy who's talking to all the girls. That makes him very Dominican, right? So in what way is Oscar being Dominican? Here, can you share out what you have for number 3? Right. So he becomes sort of un-Dominican as the story goes on. Starting off here, he's very Dominican. He talks well with the ladies. He dances a lot. Okay? So we know where we're at. He's being characterized as a smooth-talking Casanova. Right? So we stopped off, it says during parties. That's where we're picking up again. During parties. Okay? Which has everybody's finger where we're starting. I see Yesenia's got us. Bottom of that first page, chapter, during parties. During parties, and there were many parties in those long ago 70s days before Washington Heights was Washington Heights, before the Bergen Line became a straight shot of Spanish of almost 100 years. Some drunk relative inevitably pushed Oscar into some little girl, and then everyone would howl as the boy and girl approximated the hypnotism of the adults. You should have seen him. His mother sighed in her last days. He was a little Porfirio, let me say this last name, Ribarosa? Yeah? And then we've got our footnote. We're going to hop on down to number 4. Everybody see where we're at? Finger on our footnote. In the 40s and 50s, Porfirio Ruberizo, or Rudy, as was known in the papers, was the 3rd most famous Dominican in the world. First came the failed cattle thief and the Cobra woman herself, Maria Montes. A tall, debonair, pretty boy whose enormous phallus created havoc in Europe and North America. Ruberizo was the quintessential jet-setting car racing, polo-obsessed playboy, the Trijotas happy side. For he was indeed one of Trujillo's best-known minions. So that's to say he works for Trujillo. Okay? A part-time former model and dashing man about town, Rubiroso famously married Trujillo's daughter, Flor de Ora, in 1932. And even Homeboy managed to remain in El Jefe's good graces throughout the regime's long run. Unlike his ex-brother-in-law, Ramfis, to whom he was frequently connected, Rubiroso seemed incapable of carrying out many murders. In